are not going to get anywhere in life, spiritually or otherwise, until you come to that point where you don't give a damn what people think about you. As long as you worry about what other people think about you, you will be mediocre. It only matters what you believe about yourself. Believe in yourself as a successful person. Believe that you can and you will. But until you believe you can, you won't.
Peace and elevation, family. It's your boy Drew from Nora, the Living Survival Manual, here to teach you different ways to see your greatness by investing in yourself. Let's get into the vibes.
I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it. See, it's diamonds in your soul, but you gotta dig a lot deeper. See, all of our minds been exposed, but I've been changing the frequency. Sending my prayers and affirmations, way past where them eagles be. What I learned in my returns is not all things you need to see. You gotta feel it, the negative talk, the negative thoughts, and you gotta kill it. I know that it's hard, and then it leaves scars, and then ain't appealing, but you gotta heal it. There's lessons in every little layer, but you gotta peel it. Cause the best way to get some air is removing your ceiling. Look, trust me, I know cause I did it. Hit rock bottom, looked around like damn, what the fuck I do with it? I remember the levels and picked up my shovel and I started digging and digging and digging until I got dizzy. And trust me, the spirit been busy. I'm back and I'm paid and I'm busy, so feel like I'm acting the way that you get it. This is for back in the day when they just shit it. I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it.
Yes, Zersky. Peace, love, and light. It's the guy, Lord Christopher, man. The Living Survival Manual, and I'm back with another download straight from the cosmos. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the truest keys to success. We back. As y'all can see, man, I'm getting a little bit better. Y'all can see in the background, I got that build and destroy up. You feel me? I got that build. Joy. We've been talking about, you feel me, the art of war in the last two episodes. As you know, a lot has been transpiring, a lot has been going on. So, you know, we take our time with things to come with, you know, new ways to invest in ourselves so that we're always prepared for different situations that come across us within our homes, within our families, within our workplace, within our lives as in totality, right? I feel as though from, you know, just my knowledge and from what I've learned and from what I put myself through, it's very important for us as individuals to, you know, figure out, again, new ways to invest in ourselves so that we can stay elevated, so that we can always be in the best form, fashion, you know what I'm saying, the best situation possible, right? We're going to go through things. There are going to be occasions or situations that arise in our lives, but as long as we're prepared, right, and as long as we're, you know, willing to destroy some old paradigms and some old mindsets and some old ways of living that aligns us with our purpose in order to be able to build towards a new future. So today, I wanted to tap in with you guys about, again, different ways to let go of old paradigms so that we can shift into a new paradigm, right? Because that is what is transpiring within this world right now. We are still, again, 2024 in a build and destroy season. This is the 8th year, the infinity loop, right? You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like that symbol of the infinity of the snake eating itself. It has to destroy itself for it to be able to build into something more powerful, for it to you know, sustain in its new environment. It has to shed some, layers, right? We have to shed layers for us to be able to step into some new armor, right? So I pride myself on coming up here and blessing you guys with tons of information that I utilize myself on a daily basis, but also information that I feel that you guys can take with you on your journey as well. Before we even dive into the information, though, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and get into the quick disclaimer, and then from there, we're gonna go tap into some really good information that I feel is very felt helpful for us all. So let's go ahead and tap into the CEO Greatness Blueprint. You feel me? The vibes here at SYG Studios are to motivate, educate, and enlighten our people to achieve greatness through seeking new ways to invest in themselves. Everything is high level: what we think, what we say, how we feel, and how we act. But before we even get into the energy, take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, right? We love engagement over here and understand that a village pushes the trend, not just one individual. So the support is much appreciated. All you got to do is take the time to visit this link right here, family. Visit that scrolling link right there. Visit that scrolling link right there. What that allows you to do is to join the See Your Greatness community on all social platforms. We're now live on Facebook. We're now live on YouTube. We're now live on Twitch. You dig what I'm saying? We're utilizing every single platform to get these messages out to the people that need to hear them, right? Not only that, you can also utilize this link to book one-on-one consultations, to obtain personal guidance, and so much more, right? Say you want to learn how to build your own podcast. Say you want to learn how to build your own logos, your own flyers in the background. Create your own manual. You feel what I'm saying? Create your own manual, right? You can do that, right? You can do that by tapping in with individuals who have done it before, right? And are willing to teach other individuals on how they can create a sustainable future for themselves by creating different revenue streams, right? And it's not just creating different revenue streams, more so building, right? Building the life that you want to have, and seeing how this can help impact you for generations to come. Our aim is to not only grow the brand, the legacy, but reach at least 5 million individuals. My bro told me to aim high. It used to be 500,000 to a million, but he said my mindset is too low. We're looking to impact 5 million individuals who want, need, and are seeking the knowledge to live a more abundant life. Now, with all the information being provided, I have to send out this quick disclaimer as well. Please take the time to do your own research, family. It's very, very vital. My content is intended to be used for educational, but also motivational purposes only. Always do your own analysis based on your own current circumstances. All right. Now, this is my favorite part of the podcast. Before we tap into any type of information, we need to put ourselves in a space to where we're able to receive this information. And one way I like to do that is by stepping into a little quick meditation, 10-15 seconds. You dig what I'm saying? So that we can clear our minds, clear our energy, and actually take in the information that's being provided during this show. Now, how we do that? We step into our God body energy, right? We inhale, right? Peace. We exhale, and on that exhale, we visualize ourselves receiving growth and ultimately seeing our greatness. And we're gonna go ahead and do that on the count of 3. You dig? So let's go ahead and get prepared. I'm gonna go ahead and count down. We're gonna go ahead and tap in. All right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, family. Exhale, family. Visualize yourself seeing your greatness. All right. Now let's tap into the information that we are going to talk about tonight. All right. Of course, as you see, today's episode is Build and Destroy, right? And I want to, first go over some things that we need to start doing in order for us to destroy our old paradigm so that we can embrace a new, right? And so that we are able to put ourselves in a position to build, you feel what I'm saying, a new paradigm for ourselves, right? So I put together like a comprehensive list of ways to build and destroy old ways of thinking to invest in our future self, right? I was listening to a segment by Myron Golden. He's somebody that I genuinely look up to when it comes to tapping into my higher power, tapping into, you know, a higher mindset, and embracing all that comes with you know, the knowledge and wisdom that the Most High has to give me, and utilizing these principles and these promises and these tools as guidelines for me to operate my life, right? I always enjoy listening to his YouTube channel, and we actually have a video that we're going to watch that's called "Don't Let Your Distractions Pretty much Determine or Destroy Your Destiny," right? And I feel like there's a lot of good gems in there, but I was listening to a previous video with him, and his name is Dr. Benjamin. Really dope guy, right? Has a ton of great information when it comes to, you know, just changing your paradigm, as I would say. And he had this, I wrote it down. He had this quote, right? And it stated that when you're trying to what they call 10x your life, right? When you're trying to take your life to the next evolution, but 10 times that, you have to remember that your present determines the past, but your future determines the present. And when you go for impossible goals, you bring the future into your present, right? And when I was listening to him say that, he was stating that when we're walking through life, all we have is right now, right? All we have is right now when we're walking through life, when we're looking to, you know, build a better life, right? When we're looking to, you know, let go of things that are distracting us or hindering us from being in the best position possible. He was stating that a lot of it is because within our present, we allow our past to control our present rather than letting our future control our present. And what does that necessarily mean? We let past traumas, we let past drama, right? We hold on to all these different things that are a hindrance again to our growth, and it keeps us stagnant, it keeps us distracted, it keeps us in a coping state, right? It prevents us from being able to just take a chance, take a risk, take a leap of faith to step into a stronger armor for you, right? Because it's going to be uncomfortable, right? You got to step outside of your comfort zone for you to be able to see a better future for yourself. So Dr. Benjamin was stating is, and he was saying, instead of letting your past dictate your present, allow your future to dictate your present, right? And what does that look like? Like for me, I want to be a millionaire one day. I want to create generational wealth for my kids, right? The kids that I will have in the near future. What else? I want to build, you know, things for the community. I already work in the mental health field, so I'm helping individuals in that space. I want to help the homeless, right? I want to do all that I can while I'm a vessel here in this realm. So, you know, I have to allow how I picture my future self to determine and shape my present right now, because it's the mind is so powerful and the spirit is so powerful, right? That when you start to visualize these things start to become reality, right? And if I'm so focused on what happened to me in the past, that's always going to be my reality. But if I focus on the great things that I'm going to achieve and accomplish, and the person that I'm going to be, look like, feel like in my future, that, you know, becomes my present. I start to walk that walk and talk that talk instead of talking in an older fashion of what I used to be, right? And allowing that to dictate who I am. So, you know, Dr. Benjamin, man, he definitely so gave me some game with that. And again, that quote was, present determines the past, but future determines the present, right? And so before we get into the video, I'm gonna go ahead and again give you a list of ways on how you can build and destroy old ways of thinking, right? So that you can invest in your future self and allow your future self to determine your present self, right? So, ways to build new thinking patterns, right? Number one, you got to set clear goals. define specific achievable goals. You dig what I'm saying? There's something called SMART goals, right? My sister actually put me on to this, and SMART goals is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time relative, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, so when you're doing this, you're putting up a plan, right? You have a time on when you're going to reach this goal. You have to actually sit down with yourself and have a real life conversation with yourself and see, is this a realistic goal that I can accomplish? Like, an unrealistic goal, and I'm not, saying that this can't happen, but realistically, right, in the position that I am in right now, a real unrealistic goal would be like, I'm going to wake up to $10 million or $10 billion in my account tomorrow based off of me just doing, this video. Now, I'll never doubt the Most High, right? This is just how my mind operates. But at the same time, like, I'll be delusional to think that $10 billion would just be in my account tomorrow just by posting one YouTube video. That's not realistic. That's not a realistic goal. It's not even a part of the other, acronym in SMART goals, which is attainable. It can happen, right? If I become an overnight success, but that's not necessarily attainable by tomorrow. People have worked their whole lives to obtain those things, right? So, it just doesn't work. Another thing, a part of setting clear goals, is break them down into smaller, actionable steps. You dig what I'm saying? Instead of trying to go from A to Z, okay, A to B, see progress there. B to C, see the progress there. C to D, see the progress there. Take each step as an elevation, right? That's reality, right? Your dreams will manifest so much quicker when you actually start to, feel a sense of joy of obtaining even the smallest of things. I got a haircut today. That's a goal. You wanted to do that. You obtained it. That's something that you can, grasp onto and say, you know what? I could keep moving like this. As long as I keep moving in the direction of something that I want to accomplish and attain. Come on, man. It only gets better from there. Number 2, practice mindfulness and meditation. I'm real big on this. I do this every morning. I set an alarm for 5:55 a.m., right? Because, I believe in the saying, the early bird gets the worm. So I set an alarm every morning for 5:55 a.m. I get up and I practice my mindfulness with the Most High. I open my window. I allow the breeze to come through. I hear the birds chirping. You dig what I'm saying? And even in that analogy of the birds, right? Like, I started realizing from, just reading and researching that the birds are up so early, right, in the day to accomplish things because they have missions in the morning. Like, the Most High has set them out to chirp so early in the morning because they are the conductors in waking up the plants, waking up the trees, waking up the flowers, right? So that it can produce whatever it produces for the conglomerate, for the world, for, the atmosphere, for the spaces or the community that we live in. So everything has or plays a part in the cycle of life. So meditation is very key. Like, if not the most important, it has to be in your top 3. You have to have a sit down with your higher power, especially as men, right? I'm talking to my men on this one right now. As men, we have to pretty much humble ourselves or understand that we have to have some type of respect for something that is higher than anything that we can ever logically think about or, fathom. You dig what I'm saying? So when you get into meditation, it allows you to really hone in on the essence of who you are, but the things that are around you and how we're all a part of a bigger, goal. Engage in daily mindfulness practices to stay present. Use meditation to increase self-awareness and control over thoughts. I used to be somebody who let my thoughts control me, but now I'm in a position to where I'm able to control my own thoughts. You dig me? Like, so, practice mindfulness and meditation, definitely key when building new thinking patterns, right? Number 3, seek continuous learning. Can't say this enough. Seek continuous learning. Like, people think, oh, I went to college and that learning just stops there. Like, learning is a life cycle. You're always going to learn. It's always something that you can learn in every moment, in every day that you wake up, and the Most High breathes life into you. There's always something that you can learn, and there's always someone that you can learn from, right? Don't ever minimize like a person's knowledge and a person's wisdom based off how they look, right? Don't judge a book by its cover, because you know them giving a message to you, or you reading a message from a passage, or you stumbling across, you know, just something, right, that allowed you to open your mind and expand it in some way, shape, or form. Like, that's a learning lesson, and each lesson, right, it allows us to add that to our arsenal within our life so that we can be better equipped for things to come, because there are going to be challenges, right? There are going to be obstacles that we have to jump over, but you can't take the same exact strategy that you did in level 1 and try to put it in level 5. You dig what I'm saying? It just doesn't work. So you always have to continuously learn so that you can equip yourself with these different tools so that you can be in a better position, right? Take up new courses or workshops, right? Like this one. I call this a workshop. This is a build. You dig me? Read books, right? Articles, and watch videos that expand your knowledge and perspectives. I had tons of books, right? I got, you know, my Building a Personal Brand 101 is a book that you can get. I've been reading The Art of War lately because that's kind of the season that we're in right now, with so many different things transpiring in the world, right? That's another book that I've been reading. 48 Laws of Power. That's another book that I've been reading. So you got to take time to sit your ass down, hone in on something more than just a quick slide of your finger, right? And looking at all of the distractions that are encompassed in these digital devices, and really just hone in on taking your mind, like you allowing yourself to take your mind to new heights without, again, all of the noise in the background. Surround yourself with positive influences. Number 4, network with like-minded individuals. Join groups or communities that support your growth. I'm in a group right now with a ton of individuals, man, a ton of powerful brothers, right? We call it the Voltron, right? Voltron. So we all come together and we utilize our different skills, our different tools that we have. And, you know, we pretty much offer these things to our community, to our brothers. You dig what I'm saying? If I know how to do a podcast and video record and create websites and logos and all these different types of fashions, and I got a brother who's know how to do martial arts and teach holistic things about stretching and why that's important. We got another brother who makes and mixes music, produces music, creates his own music, beats, things of that nature. We got photographers, videographers. We have motivational speakers. Like, it's a big group of individuals that we all come together, and you feel what I'm saying? We instill light into each other so that we can build like this whole campus of like-minded individuals who want to continue to push the envelope forward, right? Number 5, challenge your beliefs. Question existing beliefs and consider alternative viewpoints. Engage in healthy debates and discussions. One thing I learned is that a fool thinks he knows it all. We don't know anything, to be honest, right? And what I mean by that is, like, just when you feel like you know everything and you have everything figured out, someone can come along and teach you something new, right? Even if it's something within your field, like, and someone's trying to teach you about how to properly set up a podcast, right? There might be information that they know that can help you create it in a quicker and easier way than the way that you've been doing it. You dig what I'm saying? So you have to be able to, you know, engage with others who have a different mindset, who think different than you, who are different when it comes to, you know, putting things together analytically or whatever. Like, you have to surround yourself with people that open and expand your mind, because those with closed minds, like, it's almost like trying to receive a blessing from God with your hands closed. It's just hard for that to transpire. So you gotta challenge your beliefs. There it is, the fireworks. That means I'm on to something. You dig me? All right, number 6, adopt growth mindset, right? Adopt a growth mindset, right? Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. View failures as lessons and not as setbacks. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Anytime that you put yourself in a situation, it's almost like when you're going to the gym, right? Day one, you know, you probably been in the gym heavy past 6 months ago, right? Doing your thing, lost weight, bulked up. You feel what I'm saying? You feel good about yourself, but then something happens and you had to take some time off. Psychologically, we think we can go back in that gym and put up the same 225 or 300 or whatever on the bench, right? It don't work like that. Your muscles get weaker over time because you weren't, in that repetitive stage. And so you have to start again from square one, right? You have to go back and practice, right? There was a setback. So now you have to work to get back to that point that you were and beyond. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to celebrate those small victories and the progress that you have. Like I said earlier. Number 8, visualize your success. Regularly visualize your future self achieving your goals. Like I said before, use vision boards to keep your aspirations in focus. A lot of people, might find this, weird, but we do dream boards in our home, right? We did one last year. Wifey put a couple of things. She's gonna obtain her LCSW, what she is. She put a new car up there, making more money, things of that nature. And guess what? Within the next couple of months, she got her new car. She's now in the process of about to obtain her LCSW. So many different things are manifesting for her just by her writing it down and visualizing and asking and asking God to reveal the different people or the different things that she need to learn along her path so that she is able to attain her desires. Now she got what she wanted, right? We're still on the journey, but she's collecting all of the coins, right, that she wanted on that journey. It's like Mario. Mario, Sonic, whatever one you want to describe. Number 9, develop new habits. Replace old unproductive habits with new positive ones, right? Use habit tracking tools to monitor your progress. Now, you can use your phone, you can use a whiteboard like how I have back there, things of that nature. And just monitor yourself, right? Put yourself on a schedule. If you have a goal of, let's say, doing 10 push-ups a day, right? Monitor yourself, right? Every single day. Did you make it to 10? If you made it to 10, jot that down on the board. Day 1, success. If you didn't, jot it on the board. Day 1, we only made it to 7. Now we have to progress on day 8. You dig what I'm saying? Just jot down your progress so that you can visually see yourself elevating, right? Or declining, because it's all, again, a learning lesson. It's all data for you, right? And number 10, right? Number 10, and this is last on ways to build new thinking patterns. Seek feedback, right? Ask for constructive feedback from trusted individuals. Use feedback to make necessary adjustments in your approach. Starting off, I was a person who did not care to ask for feedback. And the reason being because in that old paradigm of myself, I felt like, again, I knew it all. I knew what I was doing, things of that nature, until you stumble across, a situation or something that sets you back, right? And then you grow to realize that you know nothing. You don't know as much as you thought you knew, right? So it's always good to have people in your corner who can pretty much let you know, hey bro, change this. Hey sis, change this. Try to do it this way. Try to say it this way, right? So that you're bettering yourself. You're bettering yourself. You're building and you're destroying. Now let's step into the next one, right? Ways to destroy old unproductive thinking patterns. You have to first identify negative thoughts, right? Recognize and acknowledge self-limiting beliefs and write them down to understand their impact. Why do you have self-doubt? Where does that come from? You feel what I'm saying? Once you realize where it come from and why you have it, now it's time to find new ways to break free of that. Because one thing I learned about weight, you don't have to keep it on you. When I was 200 and something pounds, y'all, and I came to the point like I don't want to lug around this weight no more. Wifey beating me up in my sleep because I'm snoring at night, out of breath. You feel what I'm saying? Overeating. Like when I got to the point to where it's like, yo, this is just, I don't recognize myself anymore. And I realized that it was impacting me. I had to shed it. I had to let it go. Right? I had to identify what was affecting me and then let that shit go. Same thing with thinking patterns or unproductive thinking patterns. You had to let that shit go. Right? You identify it, right? Figure out why it's there. And then we go figure out different ways to let it go. It might be therapy. It might be getting your ass in the gym. You can start off by, you know what? I'm going to do 5 push-ups and 5 sit-ups every day until I can do 6 of each every day, you know, and then gradually go up from there. But you got to identify what the issue is, right? Lies can't hide behind truth. Number 2, challenge negative thoughts, right? Question the validity of negative thoughts, replace them with positive, affirming statements. Like a lot of the times we put things on ourselves that others placed on us, and then we take those ones as truth when in all actuality they're not. So you have to allow yourself to, you know, just challenge it. Don't let somebody tell you what you are. Challenge them on that. Who are you to tell me that I'm ... I don't believe this about myself. I don't carry myself in this way. And a lot of the times, what you'll end up finding out is that person is projecting because this is how they feel about themselves. They're fearful of traveling. They're fearful of working out. They're fearful of changing their eating habits. They're fearful of committing to things or letting things go. You dig what I'm saying? So sometimes you do have to challenge those negative thoughts that you're having and really seeing, is this something that I feel, or is this something that I allowed others to put on me, right? You have to avoid negative influences, which is next. That goes along with what I just said. Distance yourself from toxic relationships. They don't hurt, they don't help, fam, right? Limit exposure to negative media and environments. The food that you eat, right? You'll become that. And this isn't necessarily just about drinking bottles of water, that type of food, or the food that you eat. It doesn't only pertain to that. It pertains to the, like it said, the media that you tap into. You know, everybody was tapped into the Drake and the Kendrick. You feel me? The Not Like Us, Family Matters. Like we was going back and forth. Euphoria, Pusha. What's hot? What's hot? What's hot? What's hot? What's not? You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, is this positively helping you or is it negatively impacting you? Right? It's good for entertainment in that moment, but yo, you got bills to pay. Right? That beef ain't helping you. That beef ain't helping your family. That beef is not bringing food to your table unless you're like an influencer and you're getting money off of these reactions and things of that nature. That's a different story. But if you're just a regular person, right, and you're just tuning in to negative things for no reason, you got to start tuning that shit out. It's a distraction, family. It's a distraction. Use cognitive behavioral techniques. Employ CBT techniques, which is cognitive behavioral techniques, or cognitive behavioral training techniques to reframe negative thought patterns. Practice cognitive restructuring to change the way you think. Again, when I was saying therapy, sometimes you got to go through therapy, man, and it takes. Sometimes it could take a while for you to get past negative ways of thinking, right? Sometimes it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes all it takes is for like number 3 say, or what was it? Number 1, like identifying. Sometimes it just takes identifying it. You feel me? But you have to be able to use different techniques that allow you to restructure your mind or your paradigm. Practice gratitude. Number 5, keep a gratitude journal to focus on positive aspects of life. Regularly reflect on things you are thankful for. Every day I wake up, I'm thankful for the Most High. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful that I can see. I'm thankful that I can, grab things with both of my hands. I'm thankful that I can walk and feel things with both of the feet that I have. I'm thankful for my knees. I'm thankful for my elbows. I'm thankful for these 2 ears that I have to be able to hear things around me. I'm thankful for having a strong mind, a strong and everlasting brain, right? I'm thankful for the spirit that I have. I'm thankful that it's not so tarnished in in a space of feeling destructive versus feeling uplifting. Like, those things are you being grateful or having gratitude, because guess what? Today's 5:14 at 7:06. Somebody didn't wake up today. Somebody might have just passed right now, but you're here, right? You're here listening to me. You're here still able to make a change and do something to better your life. So why not do it? Why not invest in something that is going to propel you to new heights versus something that's going to push you down 6 feet, 6 feet in your mind, 6 feet in your spirit, 6 feet in your heart, 6 feet in your physical, or actually 6 feet. Engage in physical activity. Exercise regularly to reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Use physical activity as a way to break free from negative thinking cycles. I learned that when you go work out, it's actually a workout for your brain too, or your mind, right? That's one of the best exercises or things that you can do to exercise your mind, is going to work out, especially weight training, right? There's a study that has came out that states that weight training is actually better in, reconstructing your mind and making it stronger rather than sleep, right? A lot of us feel like, we have to go into a resting state to be able to strengthen our mind a lot. And yes, rest is very, very important. However, most of the time, or some of the times, you have to put yourself through something that's very strenuous, something that's very straining, right? Because it's uncomfortable, right? It's like when you're trying to build new muscle. When you're working out, you get weaker before you get stronger. You get weaker before you get stronger. So the more that you work out, right, your mind is gonna feel weak at some point. But then when you go to hit that gym, it's like, yo, hold on, I just did 10 pull-ups. I can only do 2 at first. Your mind is starting to train itself. Like, no, you can do more. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You feel what I'm saying? So it reduces stress too. You feel me? You'll wake up feeling immaculate, man. Like I've been having different words to describe how I feel lately. It's not just the regular I feel good. Like, I feel immaculate. I feel amazing. Like, I feel, enlightened. I feel illuminated. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like $1,000,000. I feel present. I feel alive. I feel like I'm at the top of my game. I feel like my best self. You feel me? Like, I feel my greatness. That's how you have to start feeling. That's how you have to start visualizing yourself. Limit rumination. Again, limit rumination. Avoid dwelling on past mistakes or worries about the future. Redirect your focus to constructive activities. If you start to find yourself in a space of like distress or duress, or you're just unstable, it's because you got a lot of garbage in here that's just taking your ass on a loop. You got to get to a point to where you just calm down, settle down. You have dominion over yourself, believe it or not. I mean, it's written in stone, it's written in the books, it's written in your DNA. You have dominion over these things, right? You have dominion on whether or not your future is going to be the exact same way as your past, right? Allowing pretty much you carrying that in your present moment or not. Limit that. Seek professional help. Very important. Consider therapy or counseling to address deep-seated issues. Like I said, use professional guidance to develop healthier thought patterns. I've been a mental health counselor for 8 going on 9 years now, family. One of the best things I could have ever done, because I'm able to see inside other people's lives. I'm able to see inside other people's minds. And it helps me to, again, going back to number 5, be grateful of where I am in life. but also it allows me to help individuals because I was once in that space. I was once in a space of lack. Now I'm in a space of abundance. It's different levels, right? So I'm able to professionally help individuals as a qualified mental health professional, right? To school for it. And it's not to say that, school is the only way to be a professional, but I got degrees behind me. I got certifications behind me, and I have knowledge and wisdom behind me. I have experience behind me. So seek professional help, man. It's nothing wrong with having a support system. Practice acceptance. Accept that not everything is within your control. Let go of perfectionism and unrealistic expectations. None of us are perfect. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because a lot of people like to say the Most High is perfect, but if even the Most High, in my opinion, and I might get chastised about this, I don't even think the Most High is perfect. Why? Because the Most High is even always evolving. The Most High is always, going back and reconstructing things, right? You feel what I'm saying? There were things that it created, before us as human beings had got manifested and created, that it had to say, hold on, I don't like the way this look. Let me go back and reconfigure this thing to make it more in my image or my likeness. So we all have to understand that we're not perfect. We're gonna go through our ups. We're gonna go through our downs, right? But we learn from it. Last but not least, when it comes to destroying old, unproductive thinking patterns, you gotta, like I said just previously, number 10, declutter your mind. Declutter your mind. Engage in activities that help you clear your mind, like journaling or creative hobbies. Regularly assess and eliminate mental clutter. Very, 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 very important. Last but not least, investing in your future self. How can we do that? One, you got to develop a personal development plan. Outline your long-term and short-term goals. All right. Create a timeline and action plan to achieve them. For instance, I have a blueprint that I created for myself, right? And it's called the See Your Greatness Blueprint Volume 1, 3 steps to set yourself up for greatness, right? And what I did, I was creating this to help individuals, create different things for themselves, whether it's a business, especially when being an entrepreneur or creating a nonprofit, whatever it is, you have to have a plan. You have to have a layout, right? God had a layout. So we do too. I'll give you the 3 steps and that's it. I have 1, you have to believe in your greatness. You have to know who you are. You have to believe that you're great. 2, you have to have a plan / goals, the things that you're looking to accomplish and how you're going to get there. And 3, to be able to, after you have the plan and the goals that you have set before you, you got to find a system that works for you. You dig what I'm saying? What does that system look like? Well, you have to ask yourself, how can I teach this thing? How can I offer it as a service? How can I impact lives? What are my talents? You dig what I'm saying? What services am I going to provide based off of my talents? Right? And all this is a part of your blueprint. All of this is a part of your planning. You feel what I'm saying? What's my goal? Where am I looking to go with this? Who am I seeking to help? Why am I shifting the ceiling? And shifting the ceiling is like, why am I taking it to another level? And how can I do this? Again, have a blueprint, man. Have a blueprint. Number 2, commit to lifelong learning. Like we said earlier, learning is an everlasting thing. Continuously seek opportunities for education and growth. Stay curious and open to new experiences. Number 3, focus on health and well-being. You have to prioritize physical, mental, and emotional health. Develop a balanced routine that includes self-care. Number 4, build strong relationships. Nurture relationships that support and inspire you. Invest time and effort in meaningful connections. Number 5, financial planning, which is big deal. Create a budget and a savings plan. Invest in financial education and planning for future security. It's important to get in groups, man, to get in workshops. Like I stated before, you might have to spend $100. You might have to spend $250. You feel me? That nowadays there are workshops that are $1,000, $2,000, right? Myron Golden, he has one-on-ones, right, where he's charging almost $1 million. $1 million is to have a sit down with him. But guess what? He's gonna 10x that return for you. I'd pay $1 million knowing that I'm gonna get 100 million. That's you know what I'm saying? That's mandatory. Number 6, embrace change. Be adaptable and open to change. Use change as an opportunity for growth and improvement. And then last but not least, stay aligned with your values. Regularly reflect on your core values and ensure your actions align with them. Make decisions that are true to your authentic self. Implementing these strategies will help you break free of old limiting ways of thinking and cultivate a mindset that supports your future growth and success, family. These are different ways. These are different ways on how we can build and destroy old thinking patterns and create new thinking patterns so that we can live better in our present and impact our future selves and be able to learn from the past that we experienced so that we can, again, live a abundant life. Now, I got a video. That I wanted to show you guys as well. And it's Myron, my guy. I'm going to let him talk a little bit about not letting distractions keep you away from your goals. I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share that. Make it bigger. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. All right.
Have you ever wondered what separates the best in class or the best in categories from the rest in class or the rest in category? Why is there only one Michael Jordan in a lifetime? Have you ever wondered that? Why is there only one Jack Nicklaus or one Tiger Woods or one Steve Jobs or one Elon Musk in like a whole lifetime? Have you ever wondered why is there only one Sam Walton?
Facts.
Can anyone?
Sam Walton is the owner of Walmart.
Regardless of what the arena is, it doesn't matter if it's sports, it doesn't matter if it's business, it doesn't matter if it's medicine, it doesn't matter if it's science, it doesn't matter if it's education, it doesn't matter. In any arena, there are only a handful of stars and even fewer superstars, and there are even fewer people that we could call legendary. How many of y'all would agree with that, right? But you're about to discover what it takes if you want to be a star, if you want to be a superstar, or if you want to be legendary. And I thought I wasn't going to write on the board, but I was wrong. So I'm going to let Karina or Mariah or somebody fix that board up for me. Just go to the next page for me. So understand this, that you're going to discover like how to become the best of the best in category, the best of the best in class. Like you will be like whatever your arena is, you will set yourself so far apart from everybody else, you will have no competition. Does that sound interesting to anybody besides me?
Big fact. Okay. Raise your hand, y'all.
And by the way, here's what's fascinating about this whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Like, is it really possible for anyone to be a superstar? I believe that barring some kind of mental impairment, that the answer is a resounding yes. Almost anyone can become a star, a superstar, or even legendary.
Sorry, y'all. Siri,
almost no one will. Here's what's fascinating to me. My mom taught me and my brothers when we were in elementary school how to be the best of the best in category. And here's what she said. Well, before I tell you what she said, I want to tell you about this principle. I didn't realize that that's what she had taught me until I discovered the scientific principle that's so mind-blowing. Like every time I think about it, it gives me chills. So the scientific principle is called Price's Law. Price's Law. Here's what Price's Law states. It's going to sound like word salad at first, but I'm going to do it a couple of times, so don't be nervous. But I'm about to show you, I'm about to pull back the curtain on what it takes for you to become the best of best in category. Here it is. Price's Law states that 50% of the production of any domain is produced by the square root of that domain. I know you didn't get it. I saw you not get it, so I'm going to do it again. 50% of the production of any domain is produced by the square root of that domain. And it doesn't matter if it's a garden with tomato plants, or if it's an organization with salespeople, or if it's a professional sports team with points. 50% of the production of any domain will be produced by the square root of that domain. What does that mean? Here's what it means. That means if you have 2 tomato plants, 50% of the tomatoes will be produced by two of those plants. If you have 2 salespeople, 50% of the sales will be produced by 2 salespeople. If you have 2 people on a team, 50% of the points will be produced by 2 people. I mean, if you have 4 people, I said if you have 2, I meant if you have 4. If you have 4 tomato plants, 50% will be produced by 2. If you have 4 salespeople, 50% of the sales will be produced by 2. If you have 4 people on a team, 50% of the points will be produced by 2 people. Well, that makes sense because that's half, right? That Price's law makes sense at small numbers. The bigger the numbers get, the less sense it makes until you think about it. What happens when you take a number like, okay, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9. So if you have 3 tomato plants, 50% of the tomatoes are not produced by 4.5 plants. 50% of the tomatoes are produced by 3 plants. 50% of the sales are produced by 3 salespeople. 50% of the points are scored by 3 people on a team of 9. What? Oh, it gets more better. If you have 25 tomato plants, 50% of the tomatoes are going to be produced by 5 plants. 50% of the sales by 5 salespeople. 50% of the points by 5 people on the team. What? This isn't making sense. Okay, well, let me make it make sense. If you have a business, a corporation, you got 100 salespeople, 50% of the sales will be made by 10 people. And anybody who owns a business knows I'm telling the truth. 50% of the sales will be made by 10 salespeople, and the other half of the sales will be made by 90. This is why income inequality cannot be solved by government. You can't legislate Price's law. I think it's so fitting that the guy who discovered this, his last name was Price. I think his name was Richard, and then he had all these long middle names, Price, right? Last name Price. I think it's fascinating. You know why? Because if you want to be one of the best in class, best in category, you have to be willing to pay the price to become that.
Yep. You want to be the best in class, the best in category, you have to be willing to pay the price to become that.
If you have 10,000, if you have a business with 10,000 offers, 50% of your revenue will come from 100 offers. So what's the significance of this? Here's the principle. So here, I'm going to tell you what my mom said. Then I'm going to tell you what I discovered based on this. Here's what my mom said, and I'm going to show it to you in the Bible, so you'll know, like, this is just reconfirmed and reconfirmed over and over and over and over and over and over again. You ready? Everybody ready? Let me hear you say I'm ready.
Ready.
Okay, here we go.
Y'all ready, yo?
Here's what my mom said. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Do you know how small of a population in the world there is that practice that? It's so minuscule, it might not be able to be measured under a microscope. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. Like, I thought she was just being Socratic, because my parents were very Socratic, and they didn't say things outright. They would give us hints, and we'd have to figure it out. Right? You'd walk in, and see your mom, see my mom for the first day. Boy, time of day is due to a dog. Hi, Mom. Like, she's like, you would even say hi to your dog. I'm your mother. Speak to me. Right? So that's how our parents taught us. Anyway, so I didn't know she was giving me I didn't realize she was giving me the keys to the castle when she said, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. I didn't know she was doing that. It came from
whatever
Scripture.
your hand finds to do, do it with all your might.
Let me tell you the lesson we learned. Then I'm going to read the verse. Then I'm going to tell you what I've extracted from this and what I've been able to apply.
It's all about building and destroying your mindset, your paradigm, to create a better life for yourself.
One of the best in class, one of the best in category, you'll have almost no competition because most people are not willing to pay that price in any arena. Okay, so here's what I learned from Price's Law. 100 salespeople producing half of the sales of a 10,000 person sales army. Here's what I learned from that. Mediocrity scales exponentially. Average scales exponentially. Okay scales exponentially. Excellence only scales incrementally because so few people are willing to pay the price. That's why when you think of actors, there's the number of A-list actors is going to always be smaller than the B and the C-list actors. Why? The singers, same thing. It doesn't matter. And God laid it out for us in Scripture so vividly and beautifully clearly. And I didn't realize that this was the principle until when I get something, I'm like a dog on a bone when I discover something. And I'm like, but wait a minute, what about this? And what about? That's me, okay? So I'm going to read it to you. By the way, the person who wrote this in Scripture was the best of the best in class, and the best of the best in category. It was King Solomon. Here's what God told him. He said, because you've asked this thing, I'm going to bless you in ways that nobody's been blessed before you, and nobody will be blessed after you. There will not be one like unto you among all the kings, all your days. And then we go and we read a little bit further in 1 Kings chapter 3 and 1 Kings chapter 4, and we read in 1 Kings chapter 10 that the Scripture says that Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. He was the best of the best in class and the best of the best in category. How good was he? He was so good that the Scripture tells us that all of the kings of the earth, all of the monarchs around the earth came to Solomon and paid him to learn his wisdom.
Whew.
So maybe, yeah, I get it. The price is high to become the best of the best in category. The price is high to become the best of the best in class. Oh, but the payoff is so worth it. Here's what it says. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there's no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. In other words, you don't need a particular set of gifts, talents, and skills that was imparted to you at birth in order for you to be one of the best in category. Here's what you need to do. You need to make a decision. The word decide comes from the Latin root de, which means of or from, side, which means to cut. It means you cut yourself off from any other possibility but being the best of the best in class. And your objective is not even to become the best. Your objective is to become as good as you possibly can be.
Exactly.
Like best doesn't mean better than somebody else.
Right.
Best means best to your capability. Like that's why when people say, Myron, how much money do you want to make? I want to make as much as I can. Well, I'm not that greedy. Okay, I'm not, but it has nothing to do with, I mean, that may be, if you wanted to make as much money as you could, that might be why you wanted to do it. But I want to do it because I want to max out every area of my life. When I ask you how smart do you want your children, I don't want to make that much money, just enough to be comfortable. How smart do you want your children to be? Not that smart, just smart enough to be comfortable. How long do you want to live? Not that long, just long enough to be comfortable.
Right.
It's such a goofy lie. I don't want to make that much money, just enough to be comfortable. It's such a goofy. By the way, if you only want to make enough money to be comfortable, that's one of the most selfish goals you can have. Because when you come across the man who's fallen among thieves, how are you going to take care of him when you can't even pay your light bill? How are you going to bless your mama and your daddy and your grandmama and your children? You can't even you can't even pay your water bill. Like, wanting to make enough to get by is one of the most selfish and non-intelligent goals you can have financially. Why? Because all you got to do to know that refrigerators and cars and stuff break down is keep on living. So you don't, when it breaks down, you don't want to have enough money to replace it. You want to have to wait. The air conditioner goes out in Florida in the summertime. Well, we're going to have to just wait till we save enough money to get it fixed and sweat in the meantime. The Scripture says, a wise man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, but the foolish pass on and are punished. Anyway, so he said, then it says, verse 12, for man also knoweth not his time. As the fishes that are taken in an evil net, as the bird that is caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them. So the Scripture says, whatever your hand finds to do it with your might, because you're dying. There's no work, nor device, nor service in the grave whither thou goest. Work, like put everything you can into everything put everything you've got into everything you do, because you're going to die. And when you die, here's what that means: game over. And it's not Mario Brothers. You don't get another life.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, but do everything you can, not just because you're going to die, but do everything you can, like put everything you got into everything you do, because you will beat people who are more talented than you. You will win out over people who are richer than you. You will beat people who had more like natural advantages than you, just because you put everything you've got into everything you do. I'm gonna read it again so y'all can see I ain't just making this up. Whatsoever thy hand finds to do, do it with thy might. For there's no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave where thou goest. Do everything, like do your best at everything. In other words, if it's not worth putting your best into, it's probably not worth doing. You are going to die. Stop acting shocked by that. Like, stop doting about through life like you think you're going to live to be 900. It's not going to happen. Okay, you're going to die.
And I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to let y'all go finish that video, but I wanted you to hear that part because it's true, right? It's time for us to build in a life for ourselves now, right? Because we're not going to be here forever, right? As he was stating, like, it's selfish for you to think that, you know, you only want to build and put things in perspective for your life while you're here so that you can be comfortable. It doesn't work like that, right? We if we are God's children, we're supposed to be here to help each other. And how are you helping if you're not waking up each and every day, putting your best foot forward, right? We're all on a time clock. And when I saw this video before, at first it was like, it hit me like, yo, like you ain't have to say it that raw, but sometimes you have to hear it in that fashion. You are. There's going to be a point in time where Christopher Drew Jr. or whoever is not going to exist in this physical form, right? And all you guys will have is these videos and things to look back on, right? But if I just sit and dwell in the fact that, oh, I'm going to die one day, or if I just sit and dwell in the fact that, oh, I'm comfortable right now and I'm not trying to excel and I'm not trying to push past, you know, different paradigms, right? Push different dimensions, push into different spaces. You're constantly going to be in a space to where you're destroying yourself instead of building yourself up. You dig what I'm saying? But, you know, I just feel we all need to figure out what we're best at. Some of us might have the gift of gab. Some of us might be good with our hands. You feel what I'm saying? And being able to build things that way. Some of us may be amazing at communicating and bringing a community together, right? And uplifting other individuals around them, right? We all have to come together and build. But first, it starts with you. It starts with you as an individual, knowing who you are, trusting who you are, realizing who you are, visualizing who you are, breaking free of old, you know, unproductive thought patterns and embracing the new thought patterns, right? Changing the forecast of, you know, how you want to truly live your life. Stop living comfortable and just being okay with where you're at just because somebody told you should be there, or somebody planted inside your mind that this is as far as you will go. It's not true. You are as best as you put yourself out there to be. You are a walking reflection of what you feel about yourself within, right? If the Most High has blessed you enough to, you know, impact hundreds of lives, thousands of lives, why are you not doing that to the best of your ability? What's the reason? Is that truth that you're living in? And if the answer to those questions are negative, or if the answer to that question is no, then it's time to start changing your life around. Build and destroy season, y'all. This is build and destroy season. So let's create a new paradigm and a new life for ourselves. So we're gonna go ahead. This is we had our power hour. We're gonna go ahead and get out here with a thought-provoking question. Y'all know 100 thought-provoking questions in every episode. We're on number 49. And today's question is, what do you consider the biggest risk you've taken and how did they pay off? What do you consider the biggest risk you've taken and how did they pay off? The biggest risk I took was getting into business for myself, creating a platform for myself. And the reason being because, there was a point in time where this was my only form of income. And it was hard, it was tough. There were times where I didn't excel as much as I could, but it was the best payoff because it helped me realize that I can really build something from my mind. I can build something with these hands. I can build something by truly just embracing the fact that I am the Most High child and I'm made in the Most High's image, and whatever the Most High is able to do, I'm able to do it on a different form as well, or in a different form. It might not be as big as creating the whole universe, right? But I can help individuals create a new world or a new universe for themselves from within by, preaching and teaching and educating them, which is to invoke something within them. And what am I trying to invoke? You guys to help you see your greatness by investing in yourself, whatever that looks like. Investing in yourself doesn't necessarily have to be entrepreneurial. Investing in yourself means going to do therapy, like I said earlier, working out. You feel what I'm saying? Creating a workout group, right? Getting around individuals who are just like-minded as you, and y'all coming together as a huge conglomerate to build, right? And to destroy all of the shit that has been hindering our communities or our families for so long. It starts with someone. Why not let it start with you? If you're afraid, I get it. I understand. I've been there. But you're way more powerful than allowing a fear to overcome and overtake you as a being. You have dominion over each and everything. Dominion. I really truthfully know what that passage means. It's not just dominion over animals or this and that. It's dominion over yourself too, in a fashion of, how they say you have a free will. You have the choice to be able to wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I'm gonna get out here and no matter what, I'm gonna hop over every obstacle. I'm gonna take on every challenge. I'm gonna embrace the pain, right? Because I know that comes with success. I know that comes with elevation. I know that comes with health. I know that comes with peace. I know that comes with love. I know that comes with growth. I know that comes with understanding. I know that comes with wisdom and knowledge. I know that comes with gratitude. I know that comes with, being impactful, inspiring others, and me aspiring to be greater. You dig what I'm saying? This is where we at. This is what we need to be focused on. And this is what we need to be doing. They not like us, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? And what I mean by they not like us, I mean those energies or that spirit or those people that try to push you down and keep you in a stagnant space, keep you in an unstable space. They're not like you. They're not like you. You're not designed to be that way. You're not designed to be living in hell, man. In your mind, in your spirit. You're not designed that way. But if you so choose to continue to live in that fashion, there's no one to blame but you. You dig what I'm saying? So that was what I consider one of the biggest risks that I took was investing in myself, and it's paid off dramatically. You feel what I'm saying? Like I never thought in a million years that me creating, manuals like this and creating a podcast and learning how to create websites would allow me to, make make money on the side outside of my regular 9 to 5. That opened up so many doors for me because it helped me expand my mind. Like, yo, if I can make 15,000 on the side, I can make 30. If I can make 30, I can make 100. If I can make 100,000, I can make 1,000,000. I got a check written on my wall back here that I wrote to myself. I'm gonna make $3 million, and I'm gonna cash that. That's a goal of mine. Just $3 million, but we're gonna push the fold even from there. That 3 million is gonna turn into 10. That 10 is gonna turn into 100. Right? I wrote down a goal that as a collective, as a community, right, of collaborators or whatever, that we reach 5 trillion. I might not see it in my lifetime, right? But my kids might carry that. You feel me? My friends' kids might come together with mine, and they continue to push the fold to become a $5 trillion company. And it all started because Papa Drew wanted to take the time to actually game plan this thing out, write this thing out. Listen, y'all, Walt Disney didn't even get to see Disney World. But look at it now. Look at it now. Because he took the time to build something out and destroy his old way of thinking. He didn't give a fuck about whether or not he was going to see it, because he knew it was going to help impact his life, his family lives, and others. Sam Walton, Walmart, all these people are creating things for their family, creating generational wealth. Wealth is not just monetary. Wealth is a mindset. Wealth is a lifestyle. Are you spiritually wealthy? Are you financially wealthy? Are you physically wealthy? Are you mentally wealthy? All those things matter. And if any of those things are out of line or out of whack, come tap in, man. This is what this platform is about. It's called See Your Greatness Studios for a reason. This is your platform. Come tap in. You feel what I'm saying? Come on the lives. Come ask questions. If you have a skill that you want to get out to the world, come tap in. I'll get you on the platform. We can highlight your creativity or what you're good at. Because guess what? As we go through growth, we don't have to do it alone. The seed needed the soil, right? It needed the water from the rain. It needed the sun's light and the UV rays and the messages that it was given to it to wake up. It needed the birds to chirp so that it can get some spark to it. They're working as a unit. We can too. We can too. That's all I got for y'all tonight, y'all. Quick power hour. I'm gonna be live on Thursday. As well. We're gonna keep chopping this thing up, man. If you want to tap in with me, there's the link. There's the link right there if you want to tap in with me. You can also copy a copy of the Building a Personal Brand 101. And there I give you tips and strategies that I utilize to build my platform to where it is now. I didn't start off here. You feel me? It wasn't all, this type of production. You dig me? It was literally just a phone, just like Earn Your Leisure. They just started off with just a phone and 2 mics and 1 computer. You got to start somewhere, right? To anybody that wants to come on and teach and explain what you do or to get your brand out, you can also hit me on the email, syg.studios@outlook.com. Hit me on the email. Let me know what you do, what you want to come teach, what you want to chop it up about. And we can do that as well, family. syg.studios@outlook. How you can tap in with me too. Hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. I think this was a good power hour. Thursday again, we're gonna have another strong power hour. You dig me? And we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep this train moving, right? We're gonna take some stops. We gotta pick up some people on the way. However, we building, man. We building this mountain. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process. The truest keys to success. And I'm out, man. I'll see y'all next time. I'll see y'all Thursday around the same time, 6 o'clock 6 to 7. We're gonna tap in. We're gonna have some fun. Got new things coming. Got some new things coming. Again, continue to hit the link, tap into the See Your Greatness community. Get in the Discord, man. You feel what I'm saying? If you are on Instagram, join the subscribers list. I'm gonna start posting more exclusive content in there. You know, whether it's going to be like when my new pod is about to air, a lot of those who are subscribed, they're going to be able to see it before anybody else. Just a multitude of different things, right? As I continue to grow and as I continue to implement different things, you know, those who exclusively support the movement, support the legacy, you guys to get firsthand, you know, notifications or knowledge of what is transpiring in the background. I do also want to start doing exclusive workshops with those who are subscribed, because you'll be able to come in and ask me anything at any time, right? You don't have to wait Tuesdays and Thursdays to just tap into, you know, a podcast live. You can come tap in with me at any time, right? All my subscribers who are exclusively subscribed to my Instagram, right? You get exclusive content. You'll get downloadable content if you need it. You'll get shout outs, just like this past week we shouted out the brand of the week, which is Natural Organics. Shout out Natalie Doss. Very, very dope. Just being as a whole, right? She's someone who's very huge in the holistic space, in my opinion. She's helped me through a multitude of different illnesses and ailments along my journey of, you know, becoming better in my health journey. So y'all tap in with her, Natural Organics on Instagram, NATORGANIX. NATORGANIX, Natural Organics. Go tap in with her. She has a multitude of different things, from bitters, detoxes, herbs, sea moss, you know, butters, just a multitude of different things that, you know, our body needs to be at its immaculate self. So tap in with her, brand of the week. What else do I got for y'all before I get out of here? Yeah, man, just continue to tap in and stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Till next time, we tied in. Peace out.